Hey everybody, Sarah Lane from Twit here with this episode of Before You Buy. I am playing around with something that's pretty interesting. It's called the Swivl, and it is allowing my iPhone to follow me because it is talking to this little swivel remote that I've got in my hand. Swivel remote is just playing off of a couple of AAAs. There's a couple of AAs in the swivel base, and pretty much as I talk, it follows me. Now, horizontally, I don't actually have to do anything except just have my remote on, and it's smart enough to know where it wants me to be, or where at least my arm wants me to be. But if I want it to actually swivel vertically, if I want it to tilt up and down, I can actually hold, there's a little check mark up on the upper button of this remote, and sure enough, I can get it to swivel up or swivel down if I want someone to be looking at my new shoes that I just got. Now, you might say to yourself, that's mildly interesting, but why really would anybody want this? This just doesn't make sense. Why would you ever really need to have a video of yourself moving around? I initially thought maybe you wanted to host some sort of a YouTube cooking show or something, and you wanted to show what you were doing in real time, and you're going to be moving around, and you didn't want to be holding your phone. But you do still have to hold the remote, so I don't know how that would really make sense. What I think this is best for is something like video conferencing. If you've got to be recording a video for somebody and you've got maybe a wall behind you and you want to be looking at something over here and pointing to it, and then you might be pointing to something over here. It's a very, very easy way to do this without actually having a second person following your moves with the phone. So this is an iPhone device. Swivl is for iPhones, 3GS, the 4, the 4S, iPod Touch. But if you have something like a quick cam or a little flip cam that's small enough to fit in here, there's a little camera adapter as well that'll let you attach a camera. So it's not just for iPhones. Now, even though it follows my movements pretty well, it does a pretty good job of this, particularly horizontally. Vertically is a tiny bit more cumbersome, even though it works. It's $180. That's kind of a lot, in my opinion, for something like this. If you've got a need for it, if you're going to be doing a lot of video conferencing and this is the sort of thing that you go, this could really have helped me out so many times, maybe it's worth it to you. But I would say for most people, $180 is just too steep. One other potential con that would be an issue in my living room is that it's transmitting over the 2.4 gigahertz band. And a lot of devices have issues with this. This is not an exception. So if you have issues with that, if you have a lot of devices in your house and you have experienced interference before, something to consider before you spend $180 that might not work in the media room that you'd like it to. All in all, I like the Swivl. It does what it says it'll do, but $180 is just too steep, and I think that this is more a novelty gadget than something that I would use on a daily basis. For me, I would not buy.